Hey, I think I'm live on both of the things. All right, I'm getting better at this live stuff. It is Monday of whatever today is, and I'm being interrupted already. Hey. Okay, they cannot eat downstairs. They have to come upstairs to eat. That's our rule. So kids are home because it's a holiday. It's a winter holiday. So they're out Friday, out Saturday, Sunday, and they're still out today. And they didn't shut the door, so y'all are just probably gonna hear everything. But that's the beauty of live, right? You get real life experiences right here in the Kirkland home. So I just had to take a midday hot bath because I have Raynaud's phenomenon. You might know what that is. So it's like this connective tissue disorder, and it typically happens in your fingers and your toes. Mine has been really bad in my fingers the past couple years. Like every single morning, I would be driving into work and they would turn like this weird, almost greenish color because there would be no blood flow to them. But since I've been taking my liquid collagen every day, that's really helped increase the blood flow. So I've only experienced it twice in my hands this year, but I did just get it in my toes. So that was awful. So I had to stop what I was doing. I was actually in my mastermind and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot feel my feet. So as soon as the call was over, I like hobbledy ran into the bathroom to take a hot bath so that I could feel my toes again. So for any of you that are suffering with Raynaud's, this season is hard for us and the cold nastiness, and I feel you, my friends. However, liquid collagen has been phenomenal to help with that, by the way. So anyway, that got me thinking about things that hurt us, and it got me thinking about my dog Hank. He's a 2-year-old black lab, and he walks around like he's 90. He actually has the human equivalent, he has the dog equivalent of a human torn ACLs in his knees, both of his back knees. He's 2. He's a black lab. Like that's what he does is play ball. He loves ball so much. That's his life, right? Is to play ball. And the vet's like, he can't do that. It's too hard on his knees. And I'm like, what? But that's what he loves to do. Like playing ball is his life. This is a dog who will take the ball and like go up to the top of the stairs and drop the ball down the stairs and then go get it. Like that's how he plays ball with himself. He loves ball. So we're not allowed to actually throw the ball for him anymore because the starting hurts his knees real bad, and then he can't walk and he whimpers and complains and all that. And it just got me thinking about how often we love to do the things that can hurt us the most. And in my book, The Water Walker, in the afterword, which if you didn't read that, go read that. It's pretty good there at the end. But it says, every storm, struggle, and hardship that occurred previously was like a guiding light from a burning fire. If only I would have moved when I first saw the light instead of waiting until I felt the heat. The light taught me lessons and allowed me to learn, but the heat is what caused me to move. And the truth is, you will remain stuck unless you decide to take action. Because just as Noah had to pick up a hammer and build the ark God had called him to build, so must you pick up your tools to build your future God is calling you into. And it just had me thinking about this whole concept of when it's hard, right? When the things that we know we need to do can cause us pain. And it brings me all back to that. There's that sacrifice that has to be made. Like in order for Hank to heal and to really enjoy his life again, he's only 2, like he's still a puppy. So but in order for him to really enjoy his life again, he has to stop playing ball. Like he has to have time to heal and let his legs heal so that he can have more fun in the future. So there's that sacrifice of the right now, but for him that seems so painful. Like he is willing to put stress on his legs and tear his legs apart, and he's just a puppy. Like he just wants to play, and he's willing to do that. He's willing to go through that pain in his little knees in order to get to play ball. And it's not like we can tell him, oh no Hanky, you can't do that, you're trust me, it'll hurt at the end of the day. Like he's willing to go through that pain to be able to play ball because he enjoys ball so much. But if he would just understand that, but if you take a break now, buddy, like if you're able to stop playing ball. Again, he plays ball with himself, for those of you who just joined in. This is a dog who plays ball with himself. So it's not like we're out there always throwing the ball for him and just making it worse. Like, he will throw the ball for himself and go chase it down. But if he would understand that to give it up right now, I know it seems so painful and it seems like such a sacrifice, but in the end, it's going to be so much better, and he's going to be able to heal, and he's going to be able to play ball, and he's going to be able to enjoy doing the things that he loves doing, not whimpering when he has to walk up 2 stairs because his knees hurt so bad. And so it just got me thinking of, like, what are the things in your life right now that it just feels like you don't want to give up, you don't want to let go, like you're gripping on tight to it, even though there's so much resistance, there's so much strain, pressure, trouble, just that heartache, all those things that are coming with it, but you just think, I can't give it up now. I can't. It's going to work this way. It's got to be this way, right? And if you could take a step back and think, okay, what if I did? What if I did sacrifice this for right now? What if I put this right here for right now and really focused on my strengths? Being in that good place, being in alignment, doing the things that are really helping me to move forward. What if I focused in that area right now and not so much on the things that are causing me so much pain and distress and frustration? What if I really leaned into what I'm good at? What if I really leaned into doing what I know I've been called to do? Like, how would your life begin to shift? Each and every day, if you woke up more and more excited to do what you love to do, how much would your days shift if you woke up excited instead of exhausted? And I know it's hard, especially for you moms who are virtual schooling and homeschooling and winter break schooling right now, right? Whatever the case is, I know it's hard. I know you feel overwhelmed. I know you feel like you're carrying it all. And in my mastermind just this morning, we were talking about that. A woman in there shared about how she just felt so overwhelmed. She felt like she was carrying it all. And it reminded me of this picture that I always think of now when I hear the word overwhelm. When the quads were getting off the bus and their backpack, right? They have to hold their Chromebook, which is like a laptop, so that they're 5. They're little children with backpacks on. They have a Chromebook, they have a notebook, they have their jacket, they have their water bottle, their lunch box, whatever, all this stuff weighing down their backpack. It weighs more than they do. But anyway, so Myers was like getting off the bus and he's trying to run up the driveway and he trips and he falls down in the driveway. And so I run out there to get him and he's completely fine, but he's just kind of like sitting there in the driveway like, because the backpack's too heavy, like he can't move. He's down for the count. And so like I went and I lifted up his backpack and up he just came with it, and it reminds me of all the things that we think we have to carry, all that pressure, all that weight, that heavy load that we feel that we have to carry alone, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Like, how lonely that feels. How it feels like the weight of your business, the weight of your success, the weight of your impact, the weight of your income. Like, all of these things are on your shoulders. And sometimes it feels like I can't keep my head up. Like, I just feel like you feel down. You feel lower than you should be. And the cool thing is God saying, I got your backpack, girl. Get up. Like, I'll carry your backpack. You do you. Like, you be the best version of you. You live into the best version of you. Come on, let's show up. Be who I've called you to be. I'll carry the backpack, and it's just been such an incredible shift in my life being able to focus that way. And it takes a while. Like, sometimes I start packing stuff back on, right? Like, he's already taken my backpack and then I'm like, oh, but now I can carry this. And now I can carry this, right? And so I start to load back up again. He's like, stop it. And so it's been so beneficial for me as an entrepreneur to make sure that I'm involved in a community of women who are like valued and like-minded and who help me to move forward, who hold me accountable. And I do the same for them. And it helps us to keep moving in the direction, focusing on the things that we're supposed to be focusing on, right? We surrender what we need to surrender, and we keep focusing on what we need to focus on. And we're there for each other, and we support each other. And, I have my one-on-one coach who I work with, and it's been so amazing to just be fully vulnerable. And I'm an Enneagram 8. Like, that's not my strong suit, is being vulnerable, my friends. It's just, that's not. I'm better because I'm in a healthy version of my 8 right now. And so I am more open and more vulnerable. But there is so much strength that comes from allowing yourself to be fully vulnerable before someone. And I talk about that on my podcast. I think it's episode 4. Maybe it's episode 2. I don't know. It's in one of the first 4 episodes that I get really vulnerable. So got to check that out. That's coming out on the 24th, by the way, which is, gosh, is that next week? It's coming soon. But it's been such a great experience to work with a coach that really helps me to see the best in myself. And that's what working with a coach does, is they see that in you. They're able to kind of sift through all the bull honky that you put out there and really get to who you are and start to pull that out. They pull out that potential in you, and they really help empower you and give you the skills that you need to continue to move forward. One of the groups that I was a part of last year, Generation Impact, I will actually be going live with David on Thursday because I will be with him in Arizona. I'm so excited to get to actually meet them in person. When you've been with people over Zoom and via the interwebs for so long, and you feel like you know them, but you actually get to go be with them in person, like, it's just going to be an awesome experience. There's just going to be hugs all around, which says a lot because I'm not much of a hugger, but I'm going to hug their face. It's going to be great. But we will be going live on Thursday over in Generation Impact, and I will also use that as my live as well because they have just been amazing. They're an amazing group of people. They just launched their Generation Impact 2.0, which is going to be phenomenal. They're really changing the game for entrepreneurs. And anyway, so if you are an entrepreneur and you're looking to really get started, they have a great program, and they are amazing people, and I cannot recommend them enough. And, some people are like, well, why are you talking so highly of that? Like, don't you coach on the same thing? Yeah, but it's different. I mean, that's the thing, is that you can sit there and you can focus on all the competition, right? You can focus on that the content is similar and, everybody's kind of doing the same thing. They have a totally different perspective. They bring different strengths to the table than what I bring. Why am I going to try and do what they're doing? I'm not them. They cannot do what I do. They don't have my story. They don't have my, me. They're not me, right? And the same is true for you. Don't get discouraged by what somebody else is doing and think, oh, well, I could never do that. Yeah, you can. There are going to be people that can only hear your voice. There are going to be people that are waiting to hear from you. I mean, think about how many times you've told your kid to go do something, right? You tell them over and over and over and over again. And then either like grandma walks in or daddy walks in and says the exact same thing. And they like hear it for the first time. And you're like, are you kidding me? I've told them that 7 times today. And it doesn't resonate with them, right? It's like, but that's what happens in the real world too. There are some people that are only going to hear your voice, that are only going to resonate with you. So don't get distracted by the noise out there. You have a voice, and people need to hear your voice. So, sorry, that was just, I got up on my soapbox there a little and just went off on that. But it's important for you to understand that you have a voice, you have a message, you have a story that the world needs to hear. So don't be thinking you can't share it because somebody else is sharing their story. That's a bunch of bull honky. So don't let that get you down, my friends. Okay, that's all I got for today. I will continue to go live the rest of this week because I am doing live videos every day during the week. It will be challenging this week, though, my friends. So because I will be out in Arizona. So I will definitely be doing a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff. So we will see how that goes. I cannot guarantee what time of day I will be able to go live, but I will. And Thursday morning, it will be early. I'll be doing a 7 a.m. interview, and so I will go live at that time as well. But thank you. Be strong and courageous, and just know that God's got your backpack. All right. Y'all have a good day. I don't know how to end this thing ever. Like, I don't ever remember where the button is.